What's up, everybody? So we've all had parents in our lives or mentors in our lives, somebody when we were younger trying to warn us not to be involved with the wrong crowd. Yeah. Unfortunately, the wrong crowd always seems like they're having the most fun. Not that they are, but they seem that way, and so we end up getting involved in the wrong crowd and we do the wrong things. And if we don't get away from that wrong crowd, then we just normally keep doing the wrong things, right? It's kind of what I'm talking about here in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 33. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. That's it. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Self-explanatory, right? So in that context, the Apostle Paul is talking to a church where there's been a weird belief that's crept in where they don't believe in the resurrection from the dead anymore. And Paul's trying to tell them, look, that would mean that Christ didn't rise from the dead either. If there's no resurrection, then what are we even doing? Like, the foundation of Christianity is built on the resurrection, Christ from the dead. So, like, what are you talking about, right? So, and towards the end of that letter, he gets into the company that's around. He gets into what's been normalized there. This belief, this wrong belief has been normalized. Be careful of the company that you're keeping. You have people in your crowd who are dragging you down into this weird belief. And today in church, we don't necessarily have that type of belief, although there are some weird things believed in certain church circles. But things that are, I would say, some bad things get normalized in church, right? There are certain church crowds that aren't that passionate in their faith, where if you were among them and were passionate in your faith following God, you would be viewed as weird. We're supposed to be passionate in our faith, you know? But it gets normalized. It gets normalized in certain church circles that, you know, it's okay to complain a lot, right? It gets normalized that God doesn't heal. And so nobody has that mentality of, I'll go to God with my broken body, with my messed up mind, but I'll go to God, you know, when I need healing, is a part of Scripture, is a part of the Gospels. But there are churches that don't believe that, right? So I can go on and on about things that get weird, things that certain churches believe that they shouldn't be believing, right? And it starts small, where like somebody comes into the church, some people come in, and they're about something that is anti-Christ, something that is not really biblical, right? And that just kind of gets like a disease, like everyone gets infected with it, and so everyone's believing that. Even out of a Christian, like church context, you know, how many times have any of you wanted to be healthy, but there's no one around you who also desires to be healthy, who desires to exercise, to eat right and whatnot? You know, there's times where you want to get better at your craft or just get better at anything in life, but you don't have any disciplined people around you. You know, the people around you are kind of lazy. Or perhaps you're trying to get your life together. You're tired of getting involved with, you know, the police. You're tired of stuff like that, and you're trying to change from wherever your life was. But there's people who just had that same stinking thinking, right? And they're pulling you back. And it's so important, like the company that we're keeping, in correlation with where we want to go. Right? There's so many times in life where there's people that they're messing with our minds. They might not mean to, but just the fact that they don't want to progress is holding us back. Now, I am suggesting, yes, that you might need in this new year, where we have these dreams, where God maybe has some things in your heart, you need to be bold and move forward. Perhaps you need to surround yourself with people who are bold in faith. And if those people aren't bold in faith, you might need to leave them. Now, I'm not saying abandon them from your life. I'm just saying you might need to change some of your circles, right? Depending on where you want to go. It's very important, the people that are surrounding you and where you want to go. Very important. When it comes to business, when it comes to family, whatever, you've got to have you need to have like-minded people around you, you know? Even if it's just a few of them. Someone you can really pray with. Someone who you can depend on, you know, someone you can really talk to about things. And someone will help you be disciplined. You know, that whole thing of iron sharpens iron, you know, that whole thing. So this new year, I'm hopeful for myself. Things and places I want to go in God, and I'm hopeful for you as well. But be very careful of the company that you're keeping. All right? Happy New Year. Wish you all the best.